Whenever you're ready, if you...
Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Hey everybody. Hello. I'm Charles. Hi. Okay. My plan today is I want to tell a bunch of stories that I actually featured on my YouTube channel of that time when, because it occurred to me over my 40 years of living that a lot of really strange things have happened to me. I decided to keep things a little family friendly tonight. So.
Thank you, Charles.
Well, I decided to not tell the story of how I ran over somebody. I didn't think that was family friendly. I decided to avoid how I got a peritonsil abscess. Decided to avoid that story. Nor tell the story of how the IRS got my date of birth wrong. That was another story. So, I got a set of 4 stories that are pretty quick, but they're like, what? This happened. The first story is the story of best yet apple juice. I went to Dunkin' Donuts years ago. They had the hot and cold apple ciders. They had those advertised. And I'm just driving by Dunkin' Donuts one time. I'm like, you know what? A cold apple cider sounds really, really good right now. So I went into the store and I said, I want one of your cold apple ciders. And I laid down like $4.99 for it plus tax. Gave her the money. Awesome. She goes, takes the money, thank you. Goes to the counter behind her. Grabs a glass. Okay. Puts ice into it. Okay. Reaches under the cabinet, grabs a bottle of best yet apple juice. She pours it into the cup, puts the lid on it, turns around, and hands it to me and says thank you. I didn't say nothing. I'm not under some illusion that when I go to Dunkin' Donuts I'm getting something special or unique. I'm not under that illusion. I'm just looking at this best yet apple juice being sold to me as cider. Okay. That's that story. Okay, now the time I set my gloves on fire in the microwave. It was winter time in the North Country, as everyone knows. And my gloves got really wet. It was like one of those icy, slushy days. Cleaning off my car, my gloves were absolutely soaked. I had to use them within like the next 8 hours. I didn't know how to dry them. I thought, oh, why don't I use my microwave and turn it on high for like 2 minutes, and this will be awesome. Put them in the microwave, turn them on. And all of a sudden I hear as they were caught into the fan blade and they caught fire in the microwave. Oh my gosh. So I'm grabbing them quickly, and I'm putting them out underneath the water in my sink. I burned the fingertips and the gloves off. And I'm telling my bosses the next day, yeah, I set my gloves on fire in the microwave. Angela's looking at me, why didn't you use a dryer? Because I didn't want to pay $1.50 for a dryer when I could just dry a pair of gloves. So that was just very hot. So my gloves on fire. Now for 3. How a cop pulled me over for Dungeons and Dragons. I was playing Dungeons and Dragons in a group in South Europe, Vermont. And we start at like 9 o'clock, but we don't start until like 2 hours later for anybody who ever plays Dungeons and Dragons. We go at like 2:30 in the morning. This was a really heated night too, for the geeks in the audience. We got into some discussion over like range touch, if it was a melee attack versus a magic attack, and like shouting at each other. Like that's how bad the argument got, and we broke up after that. But I got back to my D&D stuff, put in my passenger seat, drove home, and I was living in Champlain, and I'm like, I was obviously really tired, I was moving a little bit, my cop pulled me over. No alcohol or nothing, I was just really tired. And cop comes up, license registration, where are you coming from tonight? I just came from a Dungeons and Dragons game. Straight face, I just said it to him. And he looks at my side seat, sees all my Dungeons and Dragons stuff, looks at my ID, sees I'm like a couple streets away. Have a good night, sir. So it's like, straight face. It had to be the last thing he actually expected me to say. That was the story of how I got story for the creeps in the audience, how a guy tried to hook up with me. I used to work at TJ Maxx, and I was a front-end clerk, and I cashed out customers and stuff, sold credit cards, the whole bit. Had my day, I'm walking back to my car, another day in the books. Pulled open the door, sat down, and there was a note underneath my windshield wiper blade. And I'm thinking, I didn't see any damage. I came out thinking someone hit my car, but I didn't see anything. Grab the note. not read. Hi, you don't know me, but I'm the guy who bought the 2 picture frames. Okay. I know you don't. I don't know if you do this, but I find you really attractive. I'd like to talk to you. Please don't be a stranger. Here's my number. Da da da. How did he know that was my car? I told it to my coworker, and his reaction. That's the story.